I got rear-ended today, and my car's probably totaled, but that is not important because Chris Joslin has tray flipped El Toro. Um, just making this video, this has to be trick of the year. Now the part hasn't dropped, but just the magnitude of this, the ripples this is sending through the skate community, the the talk of the town, the gossip of the town, every single skater is dying to see this clip. It's been talked about for years. They basically shut down the spot with skate stopping devices or whatever, and I don't know what they bondoed or they opened the gate or whatever. He went back and he did it after almost a decade. Probably nobody ever thought it was going to be done, and somehow he did it, right? So here's some pictures of him after, absolutely hyped, absolutely great shape. Some pictures of him hugging his kid. He just looks so filled with emotion. I don't know how anyone could possibly ever top this trick. Almost in general, this might be the best trick of the decade. The weight and everything involved, just the like the reputation of El Toro for him to tray flip it, never been done before. Absolutely insane. But we can watch some. These are some of the other tricks that I'm just on Trick of the Year's Instagram. Let's see what type of competition he has. I don't think Chris Joslin can be beat on this one. I mean, that is an insane trick. This is just, I don't think they really were nominating this, but that is a very hard trick. But when you compare it to the magnitude of a tray flip down El Toro, I think these are some older ones. Yeah, those are some older ones. Old tricks of the year, which I mean, that one, I think that was pretty deserving of trick of the year. Uh, the high pop ones are interesting. I feel like Milton Martinez, his tricks of the year, really represent skating a little better than a high popped tail slide. That's just my opinion. That one was pretty good too. I heard that spot I've heard is way crazier than you could ever imagine. Oh, did he win actually? Okay, now I might look like an idiot. Was that trick of the year one time? Because that one, I don't know. I don't know that quite fits in. The high pop stuff is great, and legendary spots are good, but when you're comparing this and like when you're comparing a tail slide to what Milton Martinez is throwing down, I mean that spot's so gnarly. I almost thought that who's that guy from the Woodward show? I almost thought that when he 360'd into it, that was worth it. I can't remember his name right now. One of my favorite skaters. Oh, Alex Midler. Now this is more. I don't know what deciding factor is going to Trick of the Year, but I do feel like this is a pretty good candidate for Trick of the Year. If Chris Joslin didn't tray flip El Toro, like what? This I wouldn't be mad if this was Trick of the Year until Chris Joslin tray flipped El Toro. I mean, you just can't beat it, seriously. Super nice big spin, super clean. Yeah, probably one of the most memorable big spins. Yeah, that's a great one. This trick, I really really like this trick. I think the problem is the optics of this trick. If you're not a skater, not saying trick of the year has to be something that appeals to a wider audience, but while skaters know how insane this trick is, um, it kind of it just looks optically like any other grind. Us skaters we get it, but yeah, trick of the year, I don't know. I mean, the spot's a little plain as well. Absolutely insane trick. I'm not trying to, you know, Chris Joslin tray flipped El Toro. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's a heavy trick, man. See, this is just like there's some weight to how technical this is, but there's some literal weight to how gnarly this is. If you're comparing them, you don't need to compare them, but that is just a crazy, crazy heavy set. About the riskiest trick you could do on that set as well. That is pretty good. I, I couldn't call I couldn't call something like this trick of the year only because I feel like every video has like some weird crazy combo nowadays. This is a insane combo. It just it just seems like that's very common right now. Well, you're comparing it to Chris Joslin, Trey flipping El Toro. Slappy of the year easily. Okay, that's a pretty sick trick. It again though. How do you compare this trick? Not that you have to compare, but which one of these is harder? This one or this one? I think the blunt kickflip nose grind is probably harder, I'd guess, but both absolutely sick tricks. I wouldn't mind either of them being trick of the year if Chris Joslin didn't tray flip El Toro. Oh yeah, this is super good part. As per usual, there's not much to say about it because every part he puts out is sick. Every trick he drops is sick. Uh, this is a crazy trick though. I wouldn't be mad if this beat Chris Joslin's El Toro tray flip. I wouldn't be that mad because this is an absolutely sick trick. Um, I mean, my vote's in though. I mean, clearly I'm making this video. My vote is in all the way. Chris Joslin. Uh, that's a great one too, though. See, this is a very infamous set, and he's doing a really heavy trick on it. But it's not a tray flip down out there. Oh, I don't even like this type of stuff. I mean, I think it's sick, but this is the type of stuff. It does not seem worth the risk. Absolutely killer, but it's like, I mean, what is that? 15 feet? That's It's a little too dangerous for my taste, even though it looks cool. Big spin back lip over a 16-foot gap for trick of the year. I was kind of hoping he'd slide that. I know that's not that realistic when you're doing it that long. So look, all the comments are like, Joslin shut it down. Yeah, Joslin shut it down. Okay, were these comments on the other one? Yeah, Joslin, the tray flip is just like, come on, dude. I'm not even gonna talk about that. That is not worth trick of the year. Great trick. Manual of the year. That'd be cool. That's a nollie wally, which is actually technically called a winolly, along with the other stuff. But yeah, somebody commented, just give it to Joslin already. Yeah, give it to Joslin. Joslin deserves trick of the year. This is, I mean, I'm not joking. This is the most hyped trick of the decade. Well, I mean, what trick even comes close? Like the car wash tricks are sick and they're historic and everything, but El Toro, it's probably the most famous spot in skating. I mean, El Toro is debatably the most famous spot in skating, and then he did a never been done on it, an NBD trick of the year, easily. It's not even up for debate. And if anybody comments arguing with me, I might just block you. I don't know. I'll be mad about it.